It's nice to see you. Today I'm going to do a little task, which I normally do very quickly, but I decided I would make a video this time as I do it. I'm going to remove my nail polish, which is, as you can see, it's chipped and worn and it needs to come off. So I'm going to remove it, and then we are going to dip my fingers in a little soapy water and use a cloth to kind of remove any nail polish remover from my nails before we put on a new coat of nail polish, which today I have this Wet n Wild Fergie silver nail polish. It's called Going Platinum. It's very shiny, and it goes with the sweater I'm going to wear tomorrow. It's supposed to be quite a bit cooler here tomorrow, so I'm wearing a silver sweater, and I thought this color would look really pretty with it. You can see how shiny it is. It's so pretty. And I've gotten some flack from a couple of people about buying cheap products, but I'm going to tell you, this particular nail polish, to me, I have some Essie nail polish, which was about $9, and it is nowhere near as shiny as this. And it's metallic silver, but it does not compare to this little $3 bottle of Wet n Wild Fergie nail polish. So sometimes you can get good things at a cheaper price if you look around. So I'm going to set this aside, so we're not going to need that right away. After I remove this nail polish and clean my fingernails, I'm going to use this file to kind of file the edges down, maybe shape them a little bit. I may work on my cuticles a little, but one thing that will make it easier to remove this nail polish is the fact that underneath is a layer of Elmer's glue. If you've never heard of that technique, it's very useful. If you like glitter nail polish or nail polish with little flecks of other stuff in it, when you go to remove it, it can be a real pain. If you've ever had to remove it, it can really stick to your fingernails and it's really hard to get off. But if before you apply that nail polish, if you will just paint on a thin layer of just the Elmer's white school glue and let it dry, then after it dries, you go back over it with your glitter nail polish, and the glue doesn't show. But when you're ready to remove it, you can just peel it right off, and you don't have to sit there and scrub with a cotton ball with nail polish remover on it. It saves a lot of time and work. But I do have, just in case, because if you miss an area with the glue, of course the nail polish is going to stick to your fingernail and you have to get it off. So just in case that happened, I have 3 cotton balls here. And I have my nail polish remover. This is Onyx Professional nail polish remover. It's 100% pure acetone. And I've been using it for years and my fingers haven't fallen off yet, so I guess it's okay. I know a lot of people don't like to use it, but I've never had a problem with it. But one thing I do right after I use it, I do immediately wash my hands, which is why I have this warm soapy water here in this little bowl. It's a little glass bowl and it's just soapy water, and then I just have a little dishcloth here which I can use to dry my hands. So if I do have to use the nail polish remover, I can wash my hands. And I have a little basket. This is a little woven basket, and I put this here to have something so that when I peel off my nail polish, I'll have somewhere to put the little pieces so they won't be scattered all over my little workspace. So I'm just moving some stuff around. Put my basket. I'll put it right there. And don't need these yet. So you can see it's a really pretty color. I like it. It's nice. I cannot remember right now the name of it. It's one that I bought recently, but I'm sorry I can't remember the name. You can see where some of it peeled off today. I was doing some filing and somehow managed to mess it up. But it's very shiny. It doesn't have a lot of glitter in it. It has a few, it's kind of hard to see, but there are a few little pink pieces of foil glitter in here. So I'm going to try to peel it off. Sometimes it peels off really easily and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It came off in one piece. And again, all I did with that, I just put a thin layer of just the white Elmer's school glue under the nail polish. And look, it just peels right off. The only bad thing about it is, typically, I'll put it in my basket. Typically when you do this, your nail polish will only look good for maybe a couple of days. Maybe 2 or 3 days, and then it'll start to kind of peel away. Usually depending on how much time your fingers spend in the water, because you know that the school glue is water soluble. So the more time it spends in the water, the quicker it's going to dissolve and your nail polish is going to kind of just peel off. But this particular time has been an anomaly because I've had this nail polish on for about a week, I think, and it hasn't given me really any trouble before today. Although I think this happened earlier today. So I decided it had to go. And we'll go with the silver, which will match my sweater for tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to do my left index finger. And I don't think it really matters where you start from. I typically start back here toward the base, kind of in the corner over here. But I don't think it really matters where you start. And look at that. Look. It completely, look, it's totally off. Look at that. That is so much easier than sitting here with the nail polish remover, scrubbing and trying to get pieces of glitter off my nails. And I don't have to, expose my fingers and fingernails to the acetone, so it's a win-win. So I'll put that one in the basket. It's just to keep them all together so I can make sure to throw them away and they don't get in my way. Okay, I'm going to go to my left middle finger, and I'm just sort of digging my thumbnail under it and pulling up a little bit. This one might be a little ornery. Yeah, it's going to try to tear. See, now that one tore. And typically that's what happens. You just peel it off in sections. It happens if you have a nail where the glue might not have been applied evenly, or if you missed a spot. But really, it's so much easier. Look at that. There we go. And it's off. See? A little tiny piece. I'll put it in my basket. See, this takes no time at all. And if it all comes off like this, I won't even need the warm water or the nail polish remover or the cotton balls or anything. It's pretty rare that I make it all the way through without having to use the nail polish remover at all. And my left finger, my ring finger. Can't get a hold of that one. Yeah, this one's tearing in pieces. Ooh, I might get it. Oh, there we go. Oops, dropped it. Get off. Stupid cotton ball. Okay. So here it is. It came off it tore a little bit, but it stayed together at the very end. And it's off. And now the pinky. And it looks pretty good. And again, I'm just starting at the back, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I think you could start anywhere you want to, just whatever works. And it's coming apart in get my thumbnail up under it. Now this one, oh, there we go. It's wanting to be stubborn, but still, I just scratched at it a little bit and off it came. So there's one hand already. And now we're going to look at the right hand. We'll start with the thumb, and you can see a little bit where it's kind of worn away on the ends. But I do a lot of typing and work on the computer. So typically when my nail polish starts to wear away, it wears away on the very ends first, just from wear and tear working on the computer. So it's totally normal for me. But for a while there, yeah, this one's gonna come apart in sections. For a while there, I just quit wearing glitter nail polish because it was such a pain to get off. I just quit wearing it. But then I saw this tip on a YouTube video to just take an old nail polish bottle, like one that's empty or maybe a color you didn't like, and you clean the bottle out. Or you can buy just an empty nail polish bottle. I just took one with that, a color that I didn't like. Look, there's almost all of it. There's a little there. So you take it, and either you start with a new bottle, or just clean out and empty and clean a nail polish bottle. Fill it with just regular school glue. You don't have to mix it with water or anything like that. And then you just paint the glue on there, let it dry, and then just paint the nail polish right over the top of it. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and it works great. I mean, look, you see. And all my bits are in my basket, so I can throw them all away at once. Well, there actually looks like I have some crumbs here. Some little bits. Okay, now we're going to go to my right index finger. And again, just peel. Just kind of hooking my thumbnail up under there and pulling up like that. See? And sometimes it cooperates, sometimes not so much. So it's about half on, half off. And just keep sort of scraping along with your thumbnail. And see how I've got it pushed up right here? So you can just grab that and pull. And see? This is what I just pulled off my fingernail. Then there's the top. It's a little shinier than the underside, because the underside is actually that dried glue, which is not going to look as shiny. I'm going to just take my fingernail and just scratch along and get the little leftover parts. Okay, I'm going to go to my right middle finger. And I'm just scratching it up, just sort of like a lottery ticket or something. See, I got it all up off the side there, right here. And I'm just going to grab it and pull across. If you pull it slowly, it seems to work a little better than if you just jerk it really fast. So here's what I just pulled off my middle finger. Here's the underside, which is the glue, and then here's the top. So that goes in my basket. And there's still some here, so I'm going to come back and see if I can remove that. There we go. Came off very easily. There's a little bit there. Let's scrape that off. So far, so good. And we just have two left. This one looks really good. I like this one. I think I got extra polish on this one. It's a little darker. It looks lovely. Okay. And again, we're just going to peel it up. There, now that's sticking up. We're going to grab it, pull across, See, it's just completely coming off like that. Ooh, got it all at one time. I know they say if you can peel an apple without breaking the peel, you get to make a wish. I don't know if that's true with this or not. Probably not. This was too easy. It's hard to peel an apple all in one peel without it coming apart. Into my basket. Now for the final nail, my right pinky. Again, I'm just sort of taking my thumbnail up under there, and I'm gently working the polish away from the nail right there. And it's sticking up like it's shedding its old skin, and then I pull it off completely. Well, almost completely. There's a little bit here right on the end. I just scratch it right off. So here's the piece from my pinky. Just drop it in the basket. So we have all the pieces in here, and when I'm all done, I can just take this over to the trash can and just turn it upside down and shake it out, and it will go away. So for now, I'm going to move the basket. We don't need that anymore. And what I will do, since there may be some residue, there may be a little bit of glue left on my fingernails, I'm going to bring my little bowl of soapy water here, and I'm going to dip my fingers in it very carefully, and then I'm going to blot them dry on this little dish rag here. So if you remember the old Palmolive commercials, you could say I'm soaking in it. And if you don't know what that means, just ask your mom or your grandma. If they lived in the United States back in the 70s, they remember those Palmolive commercials. It was for a dishwashing liquid, and it was a lady named Madge, and I think she did nails or something, but for some reason, and this always confused me when I was a kid, but for some reason, I'm just going to wipe this off. For some reason, she had her, I haven't seen this commercial forever, but she had her little table set up with her nail stuff, and she had a little bowl about this size, and it had the green Palmolive dishwashing liquid in it. Now, it always confused me. I always wondered, why does this nail lady have a bowl of dishwashing liquid on her table? And then a woman walks up, and without even saying anything or asking what it is, she just walks up and sits down at Madge's little nail table and just sticks her hand in the bowl and starts talking about something. Now, this could have been hydrochloric acid for all that woman knew. She didn't ask. She just walked up, sat down, stuck her fingers in it. That always bothered me, even when I was little. You don't just go putting your hand in something you don't know what it is. So they're talking and talking, and somehow something came up about remarkably soft hands or something, and then Madge said, "You're soaking in it." I guess she must have said something about Palmolive dishwashing liquid. I don't know. But then Madge goes, "Oh, you're soaking in it." And the woman, of course, goes, "Oh, I didn't know, okay. Yeah. What did you think it was?" I don't know. Sorry, totally off topic. Those commercials always bugged me when I was little. But yeah, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Just look for Palmolive Madge, Madge. You're soaking in it. You can probably find it very easily. Okay, and I may be remembering it wrong. I haven't seen that commercial in 30 years probably. Okay, so I'm soaking my right hand in it now. And this actually is dishwashing liquid, but it is Dawn with Oil of Olay, which is my favorite, and it's the pomegranate scent. And I love it because I wash all my dishes by hand. It's just the way I prefer. I can do it faster, and it uses less water because we don't use a lot of dishes anyway, so I just wash them all every night in the sink, and it's just much faster than the dishwasher. So I always have dishwashing liquid available. So I just grab this little bowl out of the cabinet and put some warm water in it and a little bit of that Dawn with Oil of Olay. So now let's soak that I'm going to take my little dish rag. I'm going to dry my fingers. Get them nice and dry. Okay. So we're going to set the water aside because we're done with that. And I'm not going to need the nail polish remover or the cotton balls. So that's good. And my little bits here. Now, I'm done with that. So what do we have left? We have the nail file and the new nail polish. So first we're going to look at the nails. And we're going to shape them a little bit with the nail file. Now I will tell you, I've only had 2 manicures in my whole life. One was right before my senior prom, and the second one was one that a friend of mine gave me. She gave me a gift certificate for a manicure for my birthday one year, which was really sweet. Those are the only 2 I've ever had. I don't know. Honestly, there are just other things. If I'm going to splurge and spend money on something, honestly, that's just not something I ever think of doing. It's just not something I feel like doing. So I've only had 2. But I just, I can do this myself. I don't need somebody else to do it. So we have this little nail file. It's small. And the gray side is finer. It's a finer grit. The white side is rougher. So I would think that the white side is for shaping and the gray side is more for finishing. So I'm just going to look at them a little bit. And I'm just sort of running it along there, shaping them a little. I remember reading or hearing somewhere that you should never go across like that. You should go under. I don't know if it really matters or not. I am very lucky in that I have extremely thick fingernails. I don't have a problem with them breaking. I can actually grow them about as long as I want to. The only problem is I type a lot in my job, and I don't like to have long nails because they get in the way and I can't type as fast. So I actually keep them fairly short most of the time because of all the typing I do. And but yeah, if I wanted to grow them longer, I could do that. Typically I don't bother because it's just more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to do it this way just because I feel like it. Now I'm going to stay quiet for a few minutes. I'm going to concentrate on what I'm doing here. shaped them a little bit. And they're not perfect, but I've filed them a little. I'll get that one a little bit. So, it's not very often that you ever see my nails without polish. It's pretty rare. Alright, so I'm just wiping them on this little dish rag, just kind of wiping off any nail dust. Maybe I'll take a look at my cuticles for a second. I'm just going to take my thumbnail and just gently push them back a little bit. And I try to do this before I apply new nail polish. And I know ideally you do this right after your shower, but you know, we don't live in a perfect world and we're all busy, so I think if you just do it when you can, that's, you know, good enough. And not many of us live lives of leisure, so we do things when we can or when we think about them. And that's good enough. I think for most things that's good enough. Nobody's perfect. Okay. So now we have all the nail polish off. Got a messy table now. It's okay. So now we're ready for this. And really with this, I'll probably do 2 coats ultimately. We're just going to do one for now and then I'll let it dry. And then I will come back later on this evening and do a second coat. But just for this video, for the sake of this video, I'm only going to do one. And when I do my nail polish, typically I will start with the right hand. I will apply it on the right hand first. And then I go to the left. There's really no reason. It's just that for me, I'm right-handed. So it's harder to apply it with the left hand. It's a little more awkward. So I try to do that first just to get it over with. And then I can switch to applying it to the left hand with my right hand. So, shake it a little bit. There's a little steel ball in there. I can hear it's like a little BB. So just shake it. Open it up. And of course we're going to be very careful. Probably, what I do a lot of times, I paint my nails at night. And I will do however many coats I'm going to do. And then the next morning I come back and put on a quick dry top coat. Like I'll get up, I'll get dressed, do my makeup, and then usually right after that I'll wake my kids up so they can be getting ready to go. And then I come back and I'll brush my teeth. There's a little something right there. I'll come back and brush my teeth, and then after that I will apply the quick dry top coat. So it has a few minutes to dry. You know, I've basically done the important stuff for the morning to get out of here on time. So I can give it a few minutes to dry. You see, I got some on my hand. I don't really worry about it because I'm going to come back and do a second coat and I'll probably get more on there. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. If it's on your skin, it'll come off. Now with this nail polish, I don't feel the need to put the glue under it because it comes off very easily. It's not like the glitter nail polishes. It kind of reminds me of the tester's paint that my brother would use. He would buy these model cars, and then he would the testers, T-E-S-T-O-R ''S, and they came with these different color paints, and some of them were kind of a shiny metallic. Kind of reminds me of those paints that he used to get sometimes for his model cars. Oh, he was so good at that. He's so meticulous and he has so much patience. I have no patience for that kind of stuff. He spent hours on those things. Cars and planes and ships. I'd rather be outside catching bugs. And I was. So you can see it's very faint at this point. I mean, it's you know, it's metallic. It's kind of hard to see under these lights, but it is there. After the second coat, it will really look, it will look a lot better after I apply the second coat. I mean, you could go with just one if you wanted to. It, you know, it's noticeable. But I like the second coat. In fact, you know what? These are thin coats. I'm going to go ahead and put on a second coat. I don't know if you can really see it. The lights in here kind of seem to wash it out, but it's almost like titanium. It's a silvery, very light silvery color. But it'll look perfect with the sweater I'm wearing tomorrow. It's been kind of warm here this week. It's been unseasonably warm. Shoot, I wore summer dresses the last 2 days. There we go. I'll do the second coat on my left hand. And yeah, I'm getting it all over my fingers. I really don't worry about it. I don't worry about it being perfect. I'm going to do my ring finger on my left hand. And my pinky finger again. There. And then, of course, what I do after it dries, after I'm sure it's good and dry, I will run warm water over my hands and just run it over it for a minute or so. And then I come back with my fingernail, and you can just, or there where it gets on your finger beside your nail, you can just take your fingernail and just sort of rub it a little bit, and it comes right off very easily. So I don't use a Q-tip and nail polish remover or anything like that, because it is so easy to mess up your nail polish when you get nail polish remover involved. So I just run warm water over my hands for just a minute. Not even literally a minute, doesn't even have to be that long. But the water seems to loosen it up, and you can just take your fingernail and just, you know, rub it right off your skin where the nail polish is. And it works great. Or, you know, if you're in the shower, you can do the same thing after your nails dry. If you're in the shower, you can do it in there if you want. But here are my new and improved silver shiny nails to go with my silver shiny sweater, which I plan on wearing tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again sometime. Have a wonderful